free to comment, like, share, or subscribe. This is what keeps our channel alive. Thank you. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my home. Today I'm going to walk you and talk you through some of the process I used to create digital freehand fashion illustrations. The reason I say freehand is because I create them just like I create when I use paper and pencil, watercolor. It's not about clicking and dragging. It's about using my finger or a stylus. I'm going to share like key details for how I created this illustration. And you'll notice that I'm sitting here among my kitchen and my daughter's toys. My studio is actually over there. But I thought it was a good idea to sit in front of the toys today to remind you to play. I've been teaching for 20 years at Parsons School of Fashion in New York City, and I think that often as we all come to Fashion with Love, when we get into an intensive program, we forget to play. I want you to play, love. What does play mean? It means you love what you do. You get lost in it. You don't do it only for the money. You would do it for free because you enjoy it so much. That's where you're going to do your best work, is enjoying and playing and passionately enjoying what you do. That's what I hope to inspire you to do today and to empower you to do through the video I'm going to share. So let's go in. Step 1, get inspired. I went into Carnaval in Brazil, and this is caqueira.insta on Instagram. I loved the natural composition of the photo, which is why I chose to work from it, and I decided to work on a square. This is a time lapse, so the time lapse video will kind of show you how it all came together first. Then in the slides after this, I'll break it down into some of the key components that I think you will find useful. So I always start with a pencil sketch. That's just how, almost always, that's how I like to work. Adobe Draw app doesn't have a pencil. So I use a sheer black, and then I use flat shapes of color for skin tone. Just start coloring her in. The power of layering is something I use in all of my images. Notice these ribbons are in front of her. Her earring is in front of her. Her hair is in front of her face. All these create layers. I create sparkle by putting light over dark. Light and dark close together creates a lot of sparkle. In the photo, there are so many colors. Color choices is a question of picking just a few key colors so you get a color story. Movement is everything. Diagonal lines, whether it's fingers, eyebrows, or curtain strands, diagonal lines always create movement, so it's a great tool to include in your designs. And these electric lines that you see came out of the Instagram Stories app. Okay, they're gone now. So to recap, here's my pencil sketching with a sheer black in Adobe Draw. Then I kind of sketched out the movement and direction of those lines of the curtain that she's hiding behind. It's like ribbons curtain. I used solid color for skin tone. Then I looked for like lip tone, cheek tone, and I could put it behind the curtain by using layers, which is something I'll talk about in other videos, which sounds scary. It's something I didn't use for a long time, but now I know layers is not a big scary deal at all. It's a really fun thing to play with on digital drawing apps. You know, I did this with my iPad. The palm tree earring had like a really fine glitter confetti, but her eyes had a really heavy gauge kind of sequin sparkle on them. And she's holding either like a plastic cup or a wallet. I'm not really sure what, but I loved how all those colors interacted together. There are so many colors. As I said earlier, when you look at an image, you see so many colors, but I find it's really wise to just select the most prominent colors and base your whole drawing on a few. You may find you get much more impact that way. So layers is how I was able to create her whole hair as a solid shape of color on a new layer, and then I dragged it behind the curtain layer. so it was easy to draw the hair after the curtain. I hope you got insights there so that you could see how you could use the tools yourself to create. I do have an online course called About Faces. I open it a few times a year, and it teaches 3 different digital drawing apps and really breaks down how to capture the shape of the head, how to build the features of the face, and how to use tools in your Android or iPad or digital device to express the excitement of fashion. While it does focus on faces, heads, and hair and all that, all of the tools that you learn in that course can be applied to fashion design, sketching, full body illustration. I also have courses on those topics, model drawing, design, etc. But you can check it all out at fashionillustrationtribe.com. I hope you'll check it out. If you want to learn more and release your creativity, that's what I specialize in. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.